guys, it's Kay. Welcome back to my channel if you're new here. Hello, my name is Kay. I'm a professional home organizer and soprano here in the Boston area, and I'm here to inspire you to live a more organized life. Since we moved into our new condo about 6 months ago, I've gotten some requests to do a kitchen tour, so I thought I'd go ahead and show you how I organized our kitchen and also give you some tips of how I organized it. I did a video really similar to this last year where I did 10 tips to organize your kitchen. Did I do 10 or 11 tips? I don't remember, but I think some of those are so useful they're worth repeating, and I have some new tips about how to organize this kitchen. So hopefully this will give you some new ideas and inspire you to get your kitchen organized as well.
I just want to start off by saying that I absolutely love this kitchen. I don't love the pendant lights. They did come with the condo, but we're planning to replace them. Clover James' eating area is here. It's sort of between our bedroom and the kitchen, and it's where he gets all of his kibble and water. And the island in the middle has a dishwasher on the right and the recycling and trash on the left. None of our cabinets have hardware, and this was a tough adjustment for us, but we're doing pretty well now. I have a lazy Susan on the counter, which I've had for a long time. By the way, I will try to link as many products as I can in the description below. So starting off above our refrigerator is where we keep our entertaining items and our seldomly used items. So the stuff we use to make ice cream and popsicles and cookies belongs up here because we're not really doing that a lot throughout the year, maybe once or twice a year. So I don't want to take up valuable real estate with that kind of stuff. So I want it out of the way, so I have to get on a step stool to get it. Another great kitchen organizing tip is to use a tension rod to hold up like platters and anything that's flat so it can sit on its side. This has been a really big help with these party platters because otherwise they are going to fall and hurt themselves. Cabinet shelves are another really great secret of mine when it comes to using up all the vertical space. I did an entire video on my pantry, and I will link it up above in a card and also down below so that you can go take a look to see how I organized it, but I'll still give you some basic pantry organizing tips. I love putting dry goods in clear containers because you can see exactly how much you have left, and it's basically using a lot of the vertical space as well because they're modular. Clover has a bin for his snacks, and so do we. We've got snacks in a bin because they don't stack well. A lot of the snacks that we buy are in bags, so anything that's round or a weird shape that doesn't stack well, you want to put in a bin. Is going to be a lot less chaotic. Another thing in my pantry that I love is our step shelf. I've been using this same exact shelf for like 10 or 12 years now, and it's never let me down. It allows me to see everything in the back so nothing ever gets lost. And up above at the very top, I have all my baking stuff because I personally don't bake very much, but I do occasionally. And the general rule of thumb is you want to take up valuable real estate with stuff you use all the time. So if I don't bake I just put it up high. We also have our little pull-out drawer here. I installed 4 of these in this cabinet and I love them. This is mainly for like leftovers and stuff. So it's right next to the fridge, so we can just pop them, pop the food in and put it in the fridge. And I love these stasher bags. They're made of silicone and I've been loving these. I have been trying to reduce my use of single-use plastics and they have been so good. The great thing about pull-out shelves is that nothing ever is trapped in the back. You just pull them out and you can grab everything you need. So we've got our food processors, we got a little one, a big one, and my KitchenAid mixer. I also have something I need to review back there. I haven't opened it, still in the box, but a really cool trick I've learned is to use these knife strips for knives for the attachments for the food processor. Oh, look at all that flour on there. That's flour. I dropped flour earlier, but I cleaned it up. But instead of knives, I put the attachments for the food processor there, and I thought that's a really cool way to store those, and that's just up there with some command hooks. I thought that was pretty cool. Right above the coffee maker and the soda stream is coffee and the soda stream bottles and tea. I generally like to tell people to put items where you use them, and this makes it so easy to just grab coffee in the morning. And look at this little cute tea container that my husband brought home from his office. It's a macaron. It's so cute. Oh my goodness. But in general, I love to keep things where you use them. It just makes sense and it makes your kitchen so much more functional. And, I need my coffee as fast as possible. I don't know about you guys, but I do. Below that cabinet cabinet is where we keep our pots and pans. Again, I installed these pull-out shelves there, and it's made my life so much easier. It's life-changing. Oh my goodness. And below that, I installed some similar pull-out shelves, but these are especially for pans and sheets and also the lids, but I don't have my lids there. I'll show you where my lids are in just a moment, but they have been life-changing. We are a family that cooks, so I have my silicone baking sheets there as well, and I love these pull-outs. They have been so awesome for us. Just again, nothing is ever trapped in the back. Everything is just out for you to grab. Another really fun hack is I had this shelf divider that I wasn't using, and I was like, man, these cutting boards are so annoying because they're slipping and interfering with the pullouts. So I just used it to separate them from the pullouts, and my life has been forever changed. So another really fun hack for a product that's not intended for this space, but you got to be creative when you're organizing. Right next to that drawer is where we keep our bowls and plates, and this is the first time I've had my bowls and plates in a drawer, and I have to say I am really liking it. We got a new set of plates and bowls from a company called Year and Day. It was one of those Instagram ads that just kept popping up in my feed, and I kept clicking on it but not actually buying it. And then one day I was like, I just have to give in, and you know what? No regrets. They're super amazing quality, and you can get any color combination, not sponsored, but they're beautiful. Right above this drawer is our shallow drawer, and we keep of course, our utensils, cutlery, and also our knives in there as well. I tend to use this part of the counter for preparing food, chopping vegetables and stuff. So again, I wanted to keep items where I used them, and that just makes sense for the flow of the kitchen. I keep all of my knives here, and my cutting boards are just around the corner in the cabinet next to it. So it's super convenient to get everything and to help my kitchen flow. I am so happy that I have done this because this is where all the magic happens in the kitchen. This knife organizer is from the Container Store, but it's really, really awesome. I don't have to take up valuable counter space with knives, and you just kind of shove it back in there, and it's made of cork, and it's kind of like a sword in the stone kind of satisfaction, you know what I mean? And it's directly across from the dishwasher, so it makes so much sense when I'm putting dishes away. I can just stand there, and I feel like I'm hacking the system, you know. Below that drawer is where I keep all of my pot lids. I recently did this, and it's made my life so much happier. I was trying to keep the lids with the pots in that same cabinet, but it just got too chaotic. So I had this pot organizer that I wasn't using, and I was like, what am I doing? I'm just gonna put these pot lids in the drawer, and voila, oh my gosh. The littlest change made the biggest, the quality of life improvement, and I love it. Next to that is my food storage, but it's a different kind of food storage. It's mostly for produce. We eat a lot of produce, like a lot of lettuce and greens and bacon and eggs, and we just have separate, but there's not enough room in the crisper drawers, so we just have some extra boxes and stuff like that to store that stuff in, and that's where that food storage is. If you want to know how to properly store your produce so it stays fresher for longer, I do have a video that I will link down below for you. Right above that drawer is our drinking cabinet, not for, drinking cocktails, but for drinking everything. So we got our coffee cups there, our travel mugs, a couple of cocktail glasses, regular drinking glasses, pitchers, and our one random vase that we have. Vertical space is at a premium, so I like to use cabinet shelves in here as well to maximize the space for our mugs because they're so short, and right across from there is the dishwasher, just like you saw. But I wanted to show you guys this little cute sign because some people don't realize there's dirty dishes in there when they should be clean, or vice versa. So we have this little sign so that when we turn the dishwasher on, we can turn it around and it keeps everybody happy. This cabinet is kind of a disaster because it's my bento making stuff and all the instruction manuals that came with our condo. I probably will sort this out in a little bit, but I wanted to show you guys anyway because it's a hot mess, but it's fine. We'll repair it sometime. Right below the microwave, we've got our gorgeous range. I have been really appreciating this stove and oven. It's been a good time. And of course, we always have our teapot out because we make a lot of tea. I get asked a lot about this teapot. It's from Adagio Tea. I will link it down below. It is the bomb, and it doesn't make any sound, but it's just beautiful. And right next to that is our kitchen prep drawer. So everything we need to prep food is here, and I have everything grouped by sort of use and function. So I have all my slicers together, all my squeezers together, all my prep bowls together, and that makes sense to separate items by function. Grouping your items by function is something I recommend for all spaces, not just the kitchen space. It really helps. And this Braun mixer, by the way, this Braun immersion blender, I've had since I was in college, and it's still amazing. Still amazing. Above that drawer, we've got our second shallow drawer, and I definitely have some empty space in here. I didn't fill all the space, and don't feel like you need to do that in any space. Negative space is definitely okay, just a couple of utensils and our spice collection, and I love it. This spice drawer has been a staple of mine for a few years, and I have alphabetized the spices mostly, sort of, so that I can find them much easier. I definitely recommend this step. It takes a little bit of time and effort, but it's very helpful when you're cooking because we cook a lot and I use a lot of spices. I did take the time to decant all of my spices into the same size and shaped jar and labeled them with a chalk marker, which has to be touched up from time to time, but I think it looks really cute. So every now and again I go and I rewrite them. Alphabetizing spices is definitely a hack. These are just some extra spices that were given to me by a friend, so I'm going to use them up really quickly, and I'm excited, especially the, what's it, za'atar? I'm excited to use that in some hummus. Right below the prep drawer is our second prep drawer. So we've got all of our salad spinners. Well, we have two size salad spinners. We have a big one and a little one, which is just for herbs, and the choppers and the colanders, and basically our aluminum foil and our parchment paper and some stuff, to grab hot things. What is that? Oven mitts. But we just have all of our stuff grouped again by function, and I find that to be really helpful. Above that drawer is our oils and more seasonings cabinet. We've got these cool Lazy Susans in there, some bowls, some mixing bowls, a couple of baking, not baking sheets, but baking like trays or roasting tray. What is that little thing on the right there? I don't know. Anyway, these Lazy Susans have been a hack of mine for a while. Yes, I didn't use up all the space, but I can find everything because nothing ever gets trapped in the back. Do you guys sense a theme here? Nothing in the back. The rest of the spices that are left over from when I decant them are up here, and I labeled the tops of them sort of sloppily, but I can find them when I need them so that I don't have to worry about just, pulling the ones out from the middle and trying to find out what they are. Ain't nobody got time for that. Then we have some baking trays. I got my pie plate there and a couple of roasting things. Again, cabinet shelves, very useful. And then over on the left side of the island, we've got our cleaning area. I love using microfiber cloths to clean. Y'all know that's a Maker's cloth, Maker's Clean, bomb. And we have our recycling area and the switch for the garbage disposal. But we also have a trash can. And this is an expensive trash can, but I bought this for my birthday for myself, I think 8 years ago, and I love it. It has a trash area and a recycling area. So it's really, really good. And I love this can. It was worth every penny. Then on the island, we've got the sink, which was, again, a huge adjustment for me because it created some problems that I didn't know about, because basically I don't want to have my drying rack on the counter. So I got this in-sink drying rack, and it's awesome because you can lift it out. But I found that the island stuff splashes. So I have this towel here all the time, and it's stopped a lot of the splashing problem, but I didn't know that was going to be an issue when we got our place. But I also have been really loving this in-sink caddy for all of my cleaning brushes and sponges. It keeps my counters clutter free, and it's got holes in the bottom so that the water just drains out. The under sink area is kind of cool. There's not a lot going on. We don't have a ton of different cleaners, and I always recommend that people reduce the amount of cleaners we have. And I always get asked if we have a bucket. Yes, we have a bucket. It's a collapsible bucket. There it is. And we have a counter dish dryer there as well. And this is where I keep all my backup sponges and cleaning items. There aren't that many, like cleaning brushes and stuff like that. But I always recommend that you use the cabinet doors to store items as well. That is some valuable real estate. So you can store your dish gloves and cleaning stuff on your doors with command hooks. So cool. Right across from the kitchen, we have our laundry room, which is very handy because I've stored some kitchen stuff in there as well. We've got our tea towels in there, and the vertical folding, the file folding, has been, again, a freaking lifesaver. I can find every single cloth when I need to find it, and it's not super, super neat like a Martha Stewart neat, but it's good enough, and that's really what you should strive for. Strive for good enough. It's great because the dirty towels go in the drawer below, and then I can just pop them into the washing machine and then into the dryer, and then they go back in the drawer. Good. And we have our trash bags up here because we usually empty the trash around this area and take it out to the trash chute. So that just made a lot of sense to us to keep it there. And we love our kitchen. I hope that you guys were inspired by this kitchen tour. I will link everything down below for you.
Okay, so that's how we organized our kitchen here in our new condo. I love this kitchen. I love this condo. I'm so happy that we had a chance to finally move here after the whole fiasco. If you've been watching my channel a while, you know about the moving fiasco. Let me know what your favorite tip from this video is, and if you have any more, leave them down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new, subscribe. I publish videos on home, house cleaning, house organization, and house decor, and everything home, and a very cute dog as well. So go ahead and subscribe if you like that stuff, and I hope you're having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one.